Thanks for joining us. I'm Mitchell Ringos. The weather was perfect for the over 10,000 residents who came out to Marina Park today for the last day of the Kite Festival and to watch the Canadian Forces Snowbirds' final performance in the city. Jess Clement reports.
Thousands of residents flocked to the waterfront Sunday afternoon for the second day of the annual Kite Festival and to catch a glimpse of the Canadian Forces Snowbirds' final show in the city. The team once again dazzled audiences with their 30-minute aerial performance, with the aerial stunts garnering cheers from crowds. We asked some attendees what they enjoyed most about the show.
I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, because it was my first time ever watching it, so yeah, I thought the heart was really cool. That's probably my favorite part.
Well, it was very nice to actually have an air show back here in Thunder Bay. Last time I saw one, I was quite little, all things considered, but having Snowbirds back, having anything back as a public showing of air prowess is always so nice to have.
One of the Snowbird pilots was very familiar with Thunder Bay skies. Snowbird 6 pilot Captain Stephen Sparks took the aviation program at Confederation College back in 2011 and says it's exciting for him to be back.
I started here at Con College. It's where my aviation career started, learning in the flight program there. I met my wife there. She's also a pilot, and so progressing from that and eventually coming back here today is a really cool opportunity for me, right? This is 10 years after graduating from Con College, and so it's a cool opportunity, and it's really nice to see people again that I haven't seen in a while.
Captain Sparks has been a snowbird since 2019 and says it takes a lot of hard work to perform the aerial stunts.
A lot of sweating going on in weather like this, but it's exhilarating and fun every time we get to go up and do it. We're never perfect, so we're always working and striving to kind of get that perfect show. And even though we never really do, it's part of the focus that we put into it, so it's fun.
He adds that he hopes his team will be able to perform in Thunder Bay again sometime in the future.
Year to year, we never really know what the lineup's going to be until kind of the off season comes, and then we do all the planning with the air show community. So no promises for when we'd be back any given place, but yeah, we know the requests are always there, and we're always looking to make our way back.
Jessica Clement, TBT News.
Now on to an incident that happened at Middle Falls of the Pigeon River located in Nebing earlier today. OPP confirmed that a male went over the falls, landing in the U.S. side of the border. Thunder Bay Fire Services, OPP, and Orange Air Ambulance responded to the call and had to work with U.S. Border Services and police in conjunction with the Canadian Border Services to get him back on the Canadian side, where he was then transported in an Orange Air helicopter to the Thunder Bay Regional for treatment of his injuries, which as of now are said to be non-life-threatening. The first Thunder Bay City Council meeting in 3 weeks is happening tomorrow night, which includes a plea from a local organization for emergency funding. Council will decide whether or not to provide Evergreen, a united neighborhood, with $10,000 in financial assistance. The organization is currently struggling and is at risk of closure in the next 3 months. Specifically, the funding would be going to wages and benefits. Evergreen is a grassroots organization that supports children, youth, and their families who reside in the Simpson-Ogden community. Construction expenditures for the Greenstone gold mine have reached $1 billion, and major changes can be seen in and around the town of Geraldton. The final push to complete construction of the massive project is having a big impact on the area. Lee Noonan was at the mine to witness the dramatic progress firsthand.
Open pit activities are already underway, with regular blasting being conducted. Construction is moving along on a massive containment dome, and at the process plant, 2 ball mills are being installed while electrical and piping work continues. General Manager Eric Lamontagne says the work to build the gold mine just outside Geraldton is 70% complete.
We are in target to start commissioning in the 4th quarter this year, and to start full production beginning commissioning in beginning next year.
They plan on getting the last 30% built this year, and construction is going full bore, with roughly 1,000 contractors now working in the area.
We're definitely seeing the roads a lot busier. We're seeing the restaurants a lot busier. We're seeing things like the hotels being booked up.
Greenstone CAO Mark Wright says that although there are some growing pains, the progress is nice to see.
With the development of the mine site as well as the realignment of the highway, pretty much every day someone drives through, they'll notice something different. So it's quite exciting to see the changes.
Highway 11 currently passes right through the site, but work is well underway to reroute a roughly 3-kilometer stretch of highway away from the mine. La Montagne says the new road should be ready to go before the end of the summer.
We target to put in place the asphalt in July and have the turnover of the highway in August.
Community Relations Manager Dina Quenville says they've been very happy with the level of engagement from area residents.
People are very excited by the progress of the project. Many of them have, found employment with us and or are working with some of our contractors as well. So there's a huge excitement level on that front.
In addition to jobs, La Montagne and Quenville also fielded questions about air quality and wildlife protection at a community info session. At the annual barbecue and site tour, the conversation centered more on the workings of the mine itself, as well as simply awe at the sheer size of the project and the dramatic changes taking place.
Next year, at the same time, we'll have this barbecue and we'll have perhaps a gold bar in our hands.
The next big construction milestone is the completion of the 58-megawatt power plant, which is expected to go into performance testing in August. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
Local MPP Lise Vaugeois challenged the Ontario Labour Minister this past week at Queen's Park regarding WSIB claims for injured workers. Vaugeois stated that the government failed to raise income replacement rates to 90% of pre-injury wages as they had promised last year.
Then the WSIB cut the cost of living allowance for injured workers by a further 2%. While cutting benefits and creating new red tape for injured workers to wade through, the government then took $1.2 billion out of the fund and gave it back to their corporate buddies.
That's shameful.
And now they've commissioned a report to say that the time to appeal WSIB decisions should be cut to 1 month. The Ontario NDP believes that no worker should ever be unjustly denied access to WSIB. Does the minister share that commitment, or will he be cutting the time to appeal WSIB claims?
We're expanding pancreatic and thyroid cancer to presumptive coverage to firefighters across the province. Mr. Speaker, this is going to help every firefighter, whether they're full-time, volunteer, First Nations firefighters, and Mr. Speaker, we're making it retroactive to January 1st, 1960.
St. John Ambulance's annual spring into summer trailer draw is right around the corner, and plenty of tickets still remain unsold. Officials with the organization are really hoping the community starts scooping up those $20 tickets. Proceeds from the charity draw go to supporting St. John Ambulance's various programs, including the Cadet Program, educational initiatives, and their therapy dog program. St. John's Regional Fund developer Brian Edwards say they need help now in order for the fundraiser to be a success. And he says longtime supporters of the draw, like Mayor Ken Boschkoff, will notice an exciting change to this year's grand prize.
We have less than 1 month to go before the big grand prize draw, and we need help moving these tickets. This is the first year that we've offered the option to take the brand new Coachman Catalina travel trailer or $40,000 in cash. So if you want 40 grand for 20 bucks, now's the time to buy your winning ticket. The mayor, Mr. Boschkoff, was in purchasing his lucky ticket. He helps us out as a volunteer and as a supporter every single year.
It's part of the fabric of our community that if there's an event, you feel quite comfortable in knowing St. John Ambulance is at the concert, at the event, at the race. And it is one of the best value tickets that's available out there for $20.
Aside from the grand prize, the second prize is 2 portable power generators worth over $2,200. The third prize winner will take home an $1,100 fishing kayak and a $500 Canadian Tire gift card. Tickets can be purchased online or at St. John's office on Fort William Road. The draw date is June 28th. We're now joined by sports anchor Mike Lang, and I got to say, I think everyone in Thunder Bay is very excited as the Border Cats are on their way back for their home opener on Tuesday.
Yeah, much anticipated home opener on Tuesday, the first in 4 years. Also, a certain Thunder Bay native made his Border Cats debut on Saturday.
Yeah.
We'll have that story and more coming right up.